speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer sorrow. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away me say. Have to take away me say. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I leave your eyes.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. This is Franco. I'll be linking up with Flavius in a few minutes. Today we have a special guest, very special guest for you this morning. And it's none other than Mr. Carlston Medford. And today, Carlton is going to be here and he's going to be talking to us about, we call it gut health. Connection between stomach and your brain. Interesting topic. So stick around. Don't go nowhere. The only place you gotta go is go refill if you just, start drinking your tea or your coffee. Or if you don't, go ahead and do it right now. The music you're hearing right now in the background is none other than Miss Tafina. Yes, sir. The Empress Tafina.
Through the door, take away ourselves.
Hi, this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
My joy is not with me, but my joy is with you. Far from you, I am far from joy, but being with you fills me with joy. As it is written, second time in Timothy, in his first presentation and fourth paragraph, that recalling your tears, I long to see you so that I may be filled with joy. How can we be depressed if we are together? How can we be depressed if we visit each other? Without joy, tears they continue to run down our cheeks. And without joy, we are simply incomplete. As it seems, this world has been created in a way that someone is something that you don't have, and you have something that someone doesn't have. No wonder why our ancestors emphasized on the importance of barter trade. Like Paul would bring Timothy love, and Timothy would give Paul joy.
Yes, so that's giving you a touch of that. That's the artist, the dub poet artist out of Zimbabwe, Taku. And Taku will be joining us sometimes in February. We'll tell you more about that. We have with us this morning Flavius, all the way from Enfield, Jamaica.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, Franco.
Yes, greetings again.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on? Any bright sunshine this morning?
Very bright sunshine, but with the sunshine, some very cold wind. But
I would expect that,
sunshine nevertheless, Really nice sunshine, yeah? Really
right.
nice.
So
what's on your side?
my side, it looked bleaky, like we're going to get rain. So
Okay.
there's some hope that later on we're going to get sunshine as well.
Okay.
But for now, whatever weather we get, we accept it.
Of course. All for the good.
Yeah, we accept it, guys. We're not getting good health result in the country. COVID is still alive and well.
Okay.
Even though people are receiving their vaccine.
Very, very much so. Very much so, yes.
And we're hearing different argument when it comes to the vaccine. Yeah. So
that is the problem at this point in time. Yes, we are having lots of discussions about vaccine because the 16 or 18% that they said they're going to give out, I guess, early, or that's what the government is saying. The opposition is saying they need at least 60%.
Mm-hmm.
But the chief medical officer yesterday was kind of laying out who will be part of the 16% or 18%.
Okay.
And they would definitely be the frontline workers, health workers, and then you have the police and soldiers, fire people. I know last week the teachers were saying that they should be a part of it. I'm not sure if she had mentioned teachers.
They have to.
What she did say, they were planning for the population of over 65, but they have changed that now to over 60.
Okay.
So they're bringing in more aged people.
Okay.
And then I heard that the Hotel and Tourism Association, they decided that they will pay for their workers because the vaccine is being given out free by the government.
Mm-hmm.
So to save some money for the government, the hotel people will be paying for their staff so that the government will get back some money.
You mean the Hotel Association said that?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
It means that the members have agreed to pay for their staff to be vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
So the government will be carrying the full
Are them a pay so them can be?
Burden themselves.
Are they are paying so they can be on the front page as well?
That is possible also. That is possible.
They wind up on the front list.
Yeah. Yeah, because they need for the industry to come back, quickly.
Because I don't think them is just a generous contribution just like that.
No, man. It must be a well thought out thing and say, where's the bottom line? How can we benefit?
Yeah. So we have to tell the people that we can't just give them like it's a generosity thing them are going on with.
Well, with
We know them not generous like that.
Well, our views is that that don't happen on a regular basis. No, I think you are perfectly correct. They see the benefits if they get the staff in the first batch.
Mm-hmm.
Then they would say things that the industry will come back quicker.
Yeah.
To include them.
True.
And they are, you could call it essential service in the sense that tourism is our biggest foreign exchange earner. So if we can get that up and running quickly, then we could admit more people in the country. Mm-hmm. So and that industry will get back alive, living, because right now it's pretty dead.
Yeah.
Lots of people not working, and all that. So,
well, we see what happened.
Yeah, and then we have lots of discussion and complaints about sports in Jamaica because most sports have not been brought back. I think horse racing is probably the only one that is brought back on a sustainable level.
That is a discussion. That's a discussion with them have to put into place as to how them will accommodate fans back into these stadiums. Because that's a big issue, especially I would more think in the Caribbean, because you see how Europe or England itself then in Europe, how their infection rate going up. And they're saying they're making it. Yeah, the news. If you notice, that's why I said we should bring back.
In the Caribbean is that.
Well, all right, go on, go ahead. Go ahead, Flavius.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying in the Caribbean now, sport. Yeah, I'm speaking now. You hear me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you.
Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm saying is that for the first time, sports have become a major thing in the Caribbean now. That we have a lot of professional sports people, and right now they are hurting because they're not earning, because you have to perform to earn. And then the other side of it now is the sports in schools, especially in track and field, where the kids use the sports to get scholarships to university. And if they don't perform so that people can see them, then they won't get any scholarship. So everything is, it's not a simple situation. It's a very difficult situation. Very, very difficult situation. So we have to do the best we can, with the bottom line being keeping everybody safe and alive.
As it is right now, nothing can come back.
Hello?
Nothing can come back effectively in the Caribbean as yet, nor even worldwide.
Hello?
Until people get the vaccine, So that's the bottom line. Seems like Flavius having some problems there. So we're going to see if we can, rectify it. We'll be back in a few minutes. Yes, indeed. Since Flavius is having some technical problem there, we're going to go ahead and give you today's Did You Know? Then we'll link back up with Flavius.
Did you know? Today we will continue with festivals. This one is in Portland, Jamaica. The Portland Jerk Festival. On the first Sunday in July each year, all roads lead to Port Anthony, Portland, to the Portland Jerk Festival. Portland is the home of jerk. The famous Jamaican jerk was created in Portland. The Maroons started jerking in the hills of Portland. Jerk was done in a pit and covered with bushes. These are tree branches and all that, herbs and spices. Pimento being one of the main ones, and they have a lot of spice that they put on the jerk in the pit and cover it, and it stays there and jerk to perfection. Foodies from across Jamaica will converge on Folly Oval, Port Anthony, where they will get to sample and purchase jerk chicken, jerk pork, jerk lobster, and other jerk meats, as well as jerk vegetables and jerk ice cream and much more. The Portland Jerk Festival has showcased the many variations and possibilities of the cooking process known as jerk. The aroma of the world famous aroma fills the air as both visitors and locals sample many variations of jerk ranging from meats to ice cream and everything else in between, while enjoying a traditional stage show of reggae entertainment, dominoes, and events for the entire family. This is a family-friendly festival. This festival features much more than just food, with local arts, crafts, concerts, complementing every kind of jerk food imaginary. The day-long festival started in Boston, Portland, but was relocated to Folio Oval, Port Antonio in 2007. And this is definitely a not to be missed festival, especially if you are one of the foodies. People who love food, jerk chicken, jerk pork. In fact, jerk started out with pork, and then it moved to chicken, and then everything else just came after that. It's a very nice festival, lots of entertainment and lots of good food. That is Did You Know for this morning.
Today's Did You Know is brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica, uniquely Caribbean. So in case you didn't know, now you know. Getting up back with Flavius. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Okay, so that was a famous jerk.
Jerk Festival is really a very nice event, yes. I don't know if you know, but the first 2 to 3 years, the tourist board was very involved in setting the stage for the event, helping the local people with the planning and all that. So on year two, I was invited to do a component of the festival. They wanted me to do a domino component, which I did. That was the second year they had the festival. And it was very, very well received, We had a big tent where we set up domino tables, and what we did I brought a all-star team with me. So we had an all-star team. These are the grandmasters, the top people. And they played a Portland select team. And then after that was done, now the real fun started, where the patrons were allowed to play against these super players. And if they win, they get a prize. Prize is provided by tourist boards through their associates and sponsors and all that. Very nice prizes, Prizes. Bottle of scotch, bottle of champagne, all different T-shirts, all kind of things. And in fact, it was a 5.5-hour segment from 10 to 3:30. Because 3:30 the main stage opened, and there was all attention on that for the rest of the evening and night. I had a very difficult time shutting down at 3:30.
Okay.
People were having so much fun, because you're getting to play against these great players and you're beating them and you're taking home some form of prize. Yeah, man. It was really, really fantastic. Really nice.
So over the years, what happened to it?
After a few years, the tourist board stepped away. No, it's still going. Still going.
Okay.
First Sunday in July every year. Yeah, man, it's still going. We just change the venue, the location, but it's still going. But this is if you are in Jamaica in July, then you early July, you should actually take a look in, because the food is so good. The food is really, really fantastic.
All right.
Because all the big jerkers come out, Yeah, man.
All right.
So we move to our special guest now.
Yeah. Let me bring him in.
take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby. Want you forever. Really love you, baby. Really want you, baby. I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby. Really love you, baby. Want you forever. Really love you, baby. Really want you, baby. Love I will give you is so powerful, so special. Under your skin it will flow through your vein. My love's insane. This love I give, I just can't stop. I just can't stop. It's in your face, even when you turn your back. And just like a magnifying glass, the heat that I transmit will melt your heart. Oh, I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. Really love you, baby. Really love you, want you forever and ever. Really want you, baby. Really want you, baby. Whoa, whoa. Ooh, forever and ever. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, indeed. The music of Miss Pam Hall, Want You Forever. Our guest this morning is none other than Mr. Carlston Medford. We have him here before, but today he's going to talk to us about gut health and the connection between our stomach and our brain. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Carlston Medford.
Good
Morning,
afternoon.
Carlston. Good afternoon.
Guys. Good afternoon, everyone. How you all doing?
I'm great. I am great.
Good. So, let me get started by saying to everyone I can hear, I wish you all the best for 2021. I know it may not have started in the most favorable way, but there's two ways that we can look at things. We can look at things and see what can be or what will be, or we can look at things in a way that causes stress in our bodies, and that really affects everything about our mental health as well as our physical health, right? So I implore everyone to think about when we get a stage that we can actually start to move around. What are we going to do? Start making plans and start thinking about those plans and feeling as though you achieve those plans, how it will feel to yourself. And you actually practice and train your nervous system how to respond in a more positive and more productive way for you. Now, getting started with that, what I would like to do is jump straight into gut health and how this actually links with gut health. What you think, what you perceive, and what you see is very important. If I'm speaking a bit too fast, please let me know, Fabius. I can get a bit excited when I'm talking about my stuff, right?
All right. We'll let you know.
Good. Now, starting with our stomach. Now, you had me on the program before and we were speaking about mental health. We were talking about processes, how we think about how we perceive the environment around us, right? And our perception generates a behavior or a feeling within our body. So when you feel nervous, even if you think about something that makes you feel anxious, you think about it, you don't feel it in your brain, you feel it in your body, correct? Are you with me?
Yes. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, good. So that connection between your mind and your body is very strong. In fact, in some cases, your body actually takes over and can actually influence your mind and how you perceive things. Mm-hmm. Now, understanding that means that also having a healthy body will also influence how your mind perceives things as well. Having a not so healthy body, right, also perceived in your thoughts as well. We don't normally look at it from this point of view. So to get into the body itself, let's start with the center, or what we call the gut, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let me explain how important your gut is. Now, from your stomach, from your mouth, beginning to your rectum, your anus, at the end, that is your digestive system. Okay. That is about 9 meters in length. Going through your esophagus, into your stomach, into your small intestine, into your large intestine, into your colon, out the other end, right? When we eat food, we feed, it goes through the system, and the way that our body works is that our body takes that food, we digest it, break it down using enzymes, using hydrochloric acid in your stomach, and then go through the small intestine, it absorbs all of the nutrients that our body needs. Our body also has the two delivery systems on getting those nutrients within the organs itself of our body itself, and that's through our blood system and what we call the lymph system. Now, when we eat food, and your body breaks it down, it breaks that food down into the 7 different components that our body actually needs on a daily basis to survive. Those components are carbohydrate, protein, fat, fiber, vitamins, minerals, and water. Now, we all know from either going to school or listening, we know that we need protein for building muscles. We know we eat carbohydrates for energy. We know we have to have fats in our system. We know all of this information.
Okay,
right?
okay.
What we really don't know is the percentage or the portions that we need to good supply and bad supply, what each function does for your body, right? As well as the benefits. We just know, all we know, in fact, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Both you guys. If I ask you about a source of protein, what would come to mind?
A source of protein. Usually come to my mind would be like a chicken, say like milk, them type of food. It's greens, all the cereals and greens.
Okay, good. I'll let you mention cereals and grains. Okay. If I say you carbohydrates, what comes to mind?
Carbs. Anything we deal with, like what you say, like rice, flour, dumpling, all of them.
Okay, you're not wrong. I'm putting you all on the spot, but hey.
Banana.
Yeah. No, the thing is, and okay, one more. Fat. If I say fat, what comes to mind?
Fat.
Yeah.
I look like say butter, too much oil.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're on the right track.
Ice cream. Ooh.
Yeah. No, the thing is that this is all this boils down to show you our basic knowledge of nutrition, right? Not only that, if I ask you out of that list that you just named me, what you think is more helpful to your system?
Wow. Well, as somebody, I would have said all of them helpful to the system, because you need both everything, but it's the consumption of too much of it that would cause the problem.
Exactly. Anything taken without, even if something is good for you, anything taken in excess always have a bad result eventually. Because why? We are only designed to deal with certain amount. Now with carbohydrate, our body is on. Well, there's something in the UK which is called Report 41, and basically that is saying, and which is more or less standard, is that our body needs for fuel, right? We use energy, and the energy that we body use, we normally calculate it in calories.
Okay.
You have to tell me how many calories do you use. So calories is a unit of measurement when it comes to energy that we actually absorb from food. Now, our daily energy amount is roughly 50% comes from carbohydrate, 35% actually comes from fat, 15%, 20% actually comes from protein, right? Now, this is I'm just giving you and your audience a kind of crash course on a bit of how nutrition itself.
Okay.
And then we'll now get into our gut, what works and what doesn't, or more or less. Everything will work, but everything causes an effect, whether it be a good or a bad one. Knowing what our body needs, no, we actually have to think about where we get our source of carbohydrates, proteins, and stuff from. Right? Okay. Now, understanding that we actually have to have nutrients on a daily basis to keep our system running, our knowledge base is basically down to what we perceive or what we've learned from our parents and our environment. Now, when we were younger, I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I know we generally ate more ground provisions. We grew more food. We ate more sweet potato, yam, edda, breadfruit.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's true.
Right, all plant-based. Now, me personally, growing up as well, I always said the only thing I remember we had to buy was rice or macaroni. Mm-hmm. Everything else we grew, even animals, even stocks we grew. Mm-hmm. The food itself had a direct bearing on our body based on what we ate, right?
Yeah.
Now, as well as, and I'm trying to link everything as quick as possible, as well as how we raised those foods. So we didn't have a lot of pesticides. We didn't do a lot of spraying. Even the animals was raised off of
true. Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Right. And if you could remember, my memory and yours will be different. Our environments were different. Mm-hmm. But to my knowledge, we didn't have a lot of people with diabetes, and those that had a lot of diabetes can be linked back to
that we can remember. Not that we can remember. Right. Nothing like that.
Right. Exactly. I don't know people having a lot of allergies and all that stuff that you come across.
Mm-hmm. I never experienced that, nor did I have people around me who have allergies. And I mean, cold was something like you don't catch cold unless you really go outside without a shirt or without having on a shirt. You know, that's basically it. Or a kid born with asthma or something like that. But other than that, everybody around us was healthy based on the food that we eat too as well. You there with us, Carlston?
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you.
So a lot of our health, a lot of our illnesses basically started with what we eat, which based on what we put in our stomach, right? Mm-hmm. Affects our physical health, right? No, in our stomach, you've heard on different programs, probably myself and before, people talk about serotonin and dopamine as chemicals of achievement. Dopamine, serotonin is what we call the feel-good chemical, right? Mm-hmm. Well, 90% of that chemical in your body is actually produced in your gut.
Okay.
10% in your mind. Right. Dopamine, 50% of dopamine in your body is actually produced by your gut. The other 50% produced in your mind. Mm-hmm. Your brain and your gut is over about 30 different neuroreceptors linking your stomach to your brain. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Also, within your stomach, within your gut, you have different bacteria, viruses, archaeas. These are things that we built in your stomach. We call your microbiome. And what this actually does is help your body to digest and break down food, right? Mm-hmm. And it is also linked, 70% of your immune system is also located in your gut. So not only is your body defenses located in your stomach, right? Mm-hmm. Your gut produces chemicals and hormones to manage your body. And it produces even more of the hormones to manage your brain and your thoughts than your brain does.
Okay.
So it goes to say understanding your nutrition and understanding how to feed your gut properly. It means that your gut then can support the connection between your brain and your body even much better. When we don't feed our body properly, right? You ever heard of something named leaky gut?
Leaky gut, yeah. I hear about leaky gut.
Okay. Good. Now, what that basically means is that within your small intestines, there are small micro tears that allow food and digested food to pass through into the external area of the digestive tract, which is then going into your blood system. Mm-hmm. Now, your immune system is going to recognize there's something foreign and start to create T cells to attack the foreign substance. T cells are more or less created or produced within your spleen, within your body as well, right? That produces your T cells. Now, that is also part of your immune system, which is actually a smaller part of what we call our nervous system.
Yeah.
So when this starts to happen, guess what? Your body then starts to recognize within the food that everything is built up of a sequence of amino acids. Mm-hmm. That's what protein is, a chain of amino acids. Now, your immune system will recognize there's a certain pattern within this foreign substance. We are going to attack this pattern. Now, that pattern you'll be finding in this foreign food, but you also find in other parts of your body. Now, your immune system looking for a particular pattern, it doesn't care where that pattern is located. It'll attack it. Now, this now leads into what we call autoimmune diseases.
Okay.
Right? You understand it? You with me so far?
Yeah, man. One of the things that when you're on leaky gut, I want to ask something. And
yes.
Is the word gut feeling a figure of speech, or is it something that is really true? Because a lot of people say, I have this gut feeling that this going go wrong. And for me, I always say, when somebody use them gut as them brain, I don't go by that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me break it down a bit to make it clear. You don't go by. Let me explain the science behind it.
Yeah.
Right? I tell you, our brain and our gut is so linked.
Yeah.
Right.
Having
a gut feeling is actually a real phenomenon within your body. It's basically an instant feeling. Yeah. Because when you perceive something, it produces a thought. That thought has a chemical base to it. That chemical is also linked to your body. Between your brain and your body is linked to a nervous system, right? And you've had similar, especially if you experienced something before. There's a chemical pattern or electrical impulse stating you've been through this before. That information is stored in your body as well. So when you come across something similar situation, you start to get a gut feeling because your body is familiar with how you felt the last time you went through something similar to this. Right? So that would tell you our body and our brain is so linked, you really can't separate the two. If you have a thought that you feel nervous, I tell you earlier, you feel it in your body.
Yeah, that's something our grandparents used to use a lot too. They said them have a gut feeling.
Use it.
Have a good feeling you're lying, and things like that.
It's actually correct. No, and when I'm working with anyone using NLP, it's something I get them to do, and I get them to ask themselves a question. And I always ask, when they ask the question, I said, "What does your brain tell you?" I actually get touch my forehead and ask the person, "What does your brain tell you?" Because your brain to me is logic.
Yes, right? yes.
You're thinking from a logical point of view. Next week, putting your hand on your heart. Now, what does your heart tell you? That is actually thinking with your emotion. How do you feel about it, right?
Okay.
Third is putting your hand on your stomach and asking you, how do you feel from your gut, which is basically your instinct. you get an instinct about something. Where do you actually feel it? Think about it.
Yeah.
Same thing. You get a gut feeling about something. Basically, you have an instinct about something. You don't know what it is, but you have basically, you're in a situation where you have a feeling before, and it gives you that feeling you had before, and you can recognize the feeling, but you don't know what it is. But you know if it's a good feeling, the gut instinct, this will work because it may have worked. Something similar to this may have worked in the past. Or is a bad feeling, something like this that has happened similar. Caused me an issue, caused me a problem. Right? So our body retains information is where we store those emotions. It makes a difference.
So since you're bringing the instinct in it now, I'm catching on more to it. But
you understand?
Yeah, because I always go back when people say I have a gut feeling. I always say that's a bad feeling. I don't want you to come to me with no good feeling. So using the term, using the term instinct.
You heard.
Yeah.
You've heard instinct or having a gut feeling associated with a bad outcome.
Yeah.
So in your mind, gut feeling means bad outcome, but not necessarily that. It's down to our.
And I want to tell you too. I want to tell you too. A lot of politicians always come out with that gut feeling thing, So it throw you off when they hear them I tell you, because they're lying.
that is a whole different discussion. I cannot.
So they're lying. They say I have a gut feeling.
That would be based on my personal perception and my biased opinion. I can't introduce that right now.
In 2000, I think 2002, 2003, around that time, the U.S. went to war for the president gut feeling too, because he used that. You know, I remember.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember him using that statement. Say, have a gut feeling. Say this man have weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. So he went on an instinct rather than running on fact.
Exactly.
Remember I told you there's three positions: thought, emotion, instinct.
Mm-hmm.
So any person talking about gut instinct, they're not actually using the information or fact. They're using feeling.
So all right. So let's break it down now. The brain is logics, right? The brain is logic, sir. So you say that's where the facts. Yeah, that's the facts, right?
Right. Exactly.
And the art is emotion.
Exactly.
Right.
Listen, when you get heartbroken, you know it coming from your heart. You don't feel that pain in your head. You feel that in your chest.
All right.
Correct?
Okay, that's true. That's true. And then where we go now? The stomach, right?
Yeah.
That's what the gut feelings.
That gut feeling is basically what we call your instinct.
The instinct.
If you get an instinct about someone or something, you feel it in your heart.
Okay. So let me write them down. I have them down. All right.
And all of that is basically your nervous system telling you, giving you information. That's all. Right?
Yeah.
When you mention about the president and stuff, the dogs start barking. Even they agree with you.
Yeah, because that was a term he used. Him have a gut feeling,
exactly.
You know.
Correct. No, just to get back now to understanding how to develop a healthy gut and how it actually affects your brain.
Okay.
What I was realizing is when I started to do more research, and I start to work with people, like I said you earlier, I work with people with depression and anxiety. Mm-hmm. And I realized that there's something common that was happening when I asked them about diet. No, and their phone is strange. Because at first when I came across it, I said, you know what, this is something I didn't look at, an angle I didn't look at. Mm-hmm. I was putting a course together named Mind, Body, and Environment. Okay. And that is exactly what I'm working on for this year to come. Having a membership site, a platform where I will have different courses, helping people understand the connection between all three. Mm-hmm. Now, having a healthy mind and being able to think healthy, supposed to say that your body also matches. Because when you think certain way, your body also follows and behaves as well. It goes to figure. Pay attention to your health, mm-hmm. whether it's physical or mental, right? And environment also comes into play because environment will affect your perception. Mm-hmm. You ever went into a place and when you get inside, you can feel so cool and relaxed. And then when you get into, in some cases, a work environment, you go into front and you walk through the door, you feel as though somebody put weight on your shoulders. Mm-hmm. You can feel pressure. You can feel your body even beginning to feel heavy and tired. Because environment also plays a factor on everything in your life as well. Okay. So understanding how your health actually affects your physical health, affects your mental health is important. Mm-hmm. Now to get a bit into nitty-gritty, into a bit of technical stuff, so that when I finish, anyone listening to this program can go away and say, okay, let me try these things. Now, I talk about carbohydrates and proteins and fats and vitamins and fiber, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. One of the things I came across, I started dealing with myself, focus more on is fiber. Now, fiber, out of that list of 7, mm-hmm. Even with water, the only thing you can get all 7 items out of is fiber, and fiber is basically plant-based food. Okay. And I'll show you how important plant-based food is. When we eat meat, chicken, pork, lamb, fish, beef, we eat that and we eat that thinking that we are getting protein. We even have whey protein that we actually extract from milk, right? Yeah. And we think that's a very good source of protein. Now, the thing is let me answer this question first. When you look at a carnivore and you look at a herbivore, what is the difference?
When you look at a what?
A carnivore or an animal that's carnivore and an animal that's a herbivore, mm-hmm. What are the differences you notice? Mm. Right? And let me I just shorten it. Let me answer that. I don't want to run out of time. Look at our teeth. Look at the teeth of a carnivore compared to the teeth of a herbivore, mm-hmm. right? Now, if you look at the difference compared to the carnivores have canines, which we know that have the 2 long spines up top and 2 at the bottom. If you look at our human teeth, our teeth look closer to a carnivore, or does it look closer to a herbivore?
Wow, I never pay much attention to it like that.
Pay attention, because the teeth are tools, and it shows you basically what you were built more to digest and eat more of. Now, if you look at all of the animals with big muscles, let me go to the biggest, the elephant. Right? Elephant is a herbivore. It's not a skinny animal, is it?
Yeah, but I never seen the mouth of an elephant that I could see in teeth.
Yeah, it is a herbivore. It eats plants and trees and stuff. It doesn't hunt animals. It eats trees and grass and stuff, right?
Grass,
if you look at the horse, if you look at a horse is muscular, right? If you look at a rhinoceros, these animals are muscular and muscle toned, but they are herbivores. They eat plants. They don't hunt and eat animals, right? No. So you can get protein from plant based. In fact, the animals that we eat for protein all eat plants.
Yeah.
They don't eat other animals that we get. So a cow dog out there hunting other animals to eat so that we can get protein from its body.
So we are eating wrong then.
we are eating.
We basically are eating wrong then.
I am not telling. Listen.
No.
Yeah.
We can say that. We can say that. You're not saying it, but we can say it. We can say it. Right. We are eat wrong because look at all those the animals. Them where you just explain how them eat, and we have to eat them to get the protein.
Right.
When we could do the same thing like them.
Go straight to the source. Right.
We could do the same thing. Yeah, we could do the same thing like them.
Right. No, I am not telling anybody to give it me or be or.
Oh, no.
I don't use the term vegan because for me, vegan and that is a way of eating, is not an identity. Somebody asked me when I was talking about, so are you a vegan? I said, no, I'm still a vegan. I haven't changed. Right? So she found that funny. Because even if I eat plant-based food, I am not a vegan. I'm still a vegan. I'm just eating my...
You're still a vegan.
Yeah. Oh, are you a vegan? No, I'm not.
You hear that one, Flavius? I like the answer.
I can tell people
you're still a vegan.
Yeah. I haven't changed my identity. I'm not a vegan at this moment or will ever be. But I eat more plant-based stuff more than eating more processed foods as well as meat. Because I tell you what, eating a lot of processed foods, like even milk, right? Yeah. Milk is very harmful. Full of estrogen. It's full of even when it's processed, it's actually from another animal, and the protein found in milk is actually casein. That's why a lot of people are actually lactose intolerant. I know a lot of black people are lactose intolerant. The issue is so everything is a good source of milk because we've been told that, right? Yeah. So there's so much trials and there's something named PubMed that you can PubMed, like public medical thing. You can actually go and research yourself and realize that there's a lot of health issues pertaining to dairy. Okay. Even anyone listening to this, that you got young teenagers with a lot of you've got those little bumps and stuff going through puberty and stuff. So take them off of dairy. Replace milk. Just as for do it just for 3-week period. Replace it with oat milk or almond milk or any other substitute, and see how their skin and how that clears up. Now, if it doesn't, you can say it doesn't work for you, but give it a try. It is the food that we eat that cause a lot of what we call dysbiosis in our body, a lot of health issues, right? Most of our illnesses start before that, and because we don't feed it correctly. Or even if you eat meat, make sure that it is also a lot of fiber. Fiber is how our body turns and extra hormones out of our body, right? It actually absorbs it in the fiber. Now, talking about fiber, there are two types of fiber. There is what you call soluble and insoluble. Insoluble fiber is one that we cannot digest. That's passed through the system. That is helpful for extract toxins out of your body, right? Soluble fibers are those ones like black beans and chickpeas and stuff that we eat that actually feed the healthy gut bacteria in our stomach. And the reason for this is because when you eat beans and stuff that are soluble, actually, you ever heard something named probiotic? Yeah. You ever hear people talk about it? What probiotic is basically, and you go to the supermarket and you see a little bottle marked probiotic. That is just a simulation of what they assume is healthy gut bacteria. We all born with our own microbiome, our own healthy gut bacteria, and that is what is probiotic. eating beans and those things are we call prebiotic. In other words, that is the food that is used to fuel and feed the probiotics to your stomach. It produces something we call postbiotic, which is known as short chain fatty acid. And this short chain fatty acid is what our body uses to repair itself. Now, if we just eating starch and a lot of carbs and a lot of meat and stuff, but we're not eating a lot of fiber, vegetables, plants, beans, whole grains, our body cannot produce these short chain fatty acids, probably because why you do not find fiber in meat. You eat white bread without the whole grain, without the husk, which is the fibrous part.
Okay.
Right? We talk about carbohydrates. We eat a lot of pasta, which is processed flour. Right? So we're not eating what our body needs to extract hormones out of it. So guess what? Those hormones circulate within your lymph system, your blood system, which cause over a period of time your immune system can't keep defending it. So afterwards, you then start to get dysbiosis or get illness in your gut, and guess what? Your body starts to get inflammation, and then we start putting on size and putting on weight and getting joint problems and arthritis and rheumatism. And we start to get a lot of problems in our body because we feed our body badly. That is the simplest way to put it.
This brings me to a question. Somebody just texted me. So how do we clean our gut?
Okay, if you use the easiest way is to help build your microbiome, build your gut bacteria by using when I say fiber, that is the heading plant-based stuff. Okay, let me give you an example. You're gonna do say a stew. I'm gonna say chicken stew, but yeah, why not? Let me stick with what we know, a chicken stew, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna put garlic, you put some tomatoes in there, you'll put some basil, you put some coriander. We talk about any fresh herbs, you put in there, black peppers, anything that is growing, just drop it in it. As much flavor as you know we love color and flavor.
Yes.
Right? Now, if you can actually start to put the good things in and then subtract the things that cause the problem, so I would take away oil, right? So things like fried chicken. If you don't want to stop, don't stop. But instead of using fried chicken and deep frying it, try using it in an air fryer. If you can subtract oil as much out of your diet, because that is another thing that causes a problem with your system, right? You'll probably have to get me back here again to talk on this. Everything will lead to another. The thing with oil is that
we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back for a food segment.
Yeah, when you start to use a lot of oil, especially in our black community, we have a lot of like food diabetes. Right, because the oil, a lot of oil that we use in our food, it creates insulin resistance in our body, and it basically stops our body or our cells from recognizing the insulin and allowing the insulin to absorb into our body, which breaks down the blood in our sugar, the sugar in our blood, right?
Yeah.
So to clean your system up, I would start using on morning. I would recommend starting your day with hot water, a bit of lemon,
yes,
and even a bit of ginger, right? In fact, that is such a good, especially so relevant in today's day. I'll tell you why, because ginger is a good source of zinc, lemon is a good source of vitamin C. We need those two in our bodies to help our immune system, especially with COVID. We gotta focus on how to increase our immunity rather than depending on a syringe. That's my bias way of looking at things, right?
I agree with you. Because since this COVID thing, I've been consuming a lot of those stuff you just mentioned, even a little bit of turmeric in it as well. Turmeric, yeah.
Especially, that actually is anti-inflammatory as well. That reduces a lot. In fact, that's good for so much things within your body, right? But if you can get turmeric, take it with a little pinch of black pepper as well.
Yeah, and I know some people have different ideas about black pepper. That they say the black pepper kind of left grains on your stomach and your heart and things like that. So they rather use like cayenne pepper.
Everyone use cayenne pepper. Even cayenne pepper itself also is anti-inflammatory, so you can use it, right? But right, so use that in the morning. Use a lot of fruit, vegetables, beans and peas. But what you're doing, you're feeding. You're putting in food to feed your probiotic.
Okay,
right?
okay.
You're putting food, and that will create short chain fatty acids that will start to repair your body. So you're repairing your body. You're also drink plenty of water. You want to flush your body? Drink plenty of water based on your weight and stuff. And on average, the average adult should drink at least about 1.5 to 2 liters of water daily. Right? Now, water can be, I know that in learning they say that can be consistent of even tea and coffee, and which is contributing to your intake of liquid, right? But we also got to remember that coffee and tea is what we call a diuretic. It also all gets you to pass water regular as well. So because it makes you pass water, you're losing liquid, so you're still got to put it back in.
Okay. I hear you.
Keep that in mind. I'm not telling nobody not to drink the tea, not to drink the coffee, but be aware of when you drink, how much water you pass out in your week, and then remember that your body is losing that liquid. So you got to be out replenishing it.
Okay.
So keep aware of.
I've heard it before because a friend once told me that whenever he have coffee, he have to drink a lot of water. The whole day him drink a lot of water. And I say, you just drink the water naturally, or it force you to drink water. So basically, it force him to drink water. You know? Yeah.
Well, it depends on how he takes it. If it's just straight, if it's black, if it's with sugar or milk. It depends on how strong it is as well. So there's variables. So and remember, anything that I say is in a general state, because even if I recommend, or in my opinion, something that will work, you will still come across someone that will take it and will have an issue with it. So some people can't really have fruit because they don't have the enzyme to break down the fructose of the fruit in the system.
Hey, Carlston.
As good as it is.
Carlston, in this pandemic, we have a lot of nutritionists, a lot of medical experts, a lot of pharmacists. Everybody coming out now, and we don't even know if most of them are certified or whatever. So
the thing is.
So your idea is welcome, because so many people are coming out and telling you what's good for your health and what you can do to fight the COVID. So
right, because I personally know you mentioned that. Let me just say this to people that are listening. I'm getting my information not only from the books I'm studying. I'm actually studying nutrition and weight management at present. Right. I'm also, I've also been working with mental health. I'm doing another mental health course shortly. But the information, just to explain how effective, I realize that this information is. I've been working with someone for the last 8 weeks as part of my case study, right? As a person that has don't say weight issues, but they see themselves as a certain size and they want to get smaller, right?
Yeah.
And when you go to a nutritionist or the information you come across, people will tell you, to manage your weight, you just eat less food, right? So it's basically how much calories your body needs. Eat less calories and exercise, and you will lose weight. Okay, and that is a general term, and in theory, that is correct. A lot of people have found that don't care what they eat, they still put weight on, or they don't lose weight.
Yeah.
And what I have found is that until you correct your stomach, until you correct how your operating system functions, as the gentleman asked, how do you clean your stomach?
Yeah.
Eat correct. Put the things in it that will help it get better. Stop putting the things in it that will cause it to be stressed, that will cause it to be ill. That's the simplest way to put it. And understanding what those foods are. So in other words, fruit, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, beans, those help feed the probiotic in your stomach, creating short-chain fatty acids, which is called postbiotic, in order to help your body heal. And how we know that our body can heal? If you get cut with a knife and you just leave it over a period of time, does it not heal?
Yes, it heals. It will heal.
Exactly. Growing up as a kid, you run across a field and you stand up on a nail, and as much as it hurt and it puncture, eventually it will heal. Our body is designed to heal. Given the right nutrients, given the right chance, it will heal. So it's in our DNA for our body to heal itself, but we have to feed it correct. If we keep feeding our body things like oil, things like dairy, things like processed meat that are carcinogenic, in the word doesn't make me stumble. those things cause like dysbiosis. Those things cause your body to strain itself. If your body is busy using its energy and immune system to defend toxins in the body, it cannot use the same energy to grow and heal itself. Mm-hmm. So in other words, for your body to heal itself, you got to stop straining your immune system, stop straining yourself by putting things in your body that it does not really need or function properly with. But that's what we simply do. We are putting our body under stress using the food we eat. And I know no one taught us this or educated us about this. And
you want to repeat that again? You want to repeat what you just said? We're putting our body under stress by day. Repeat that for me so them can hear it.
Right. We are based on the foods we eat. We are stressing our body, and what I mean is that our body is defending itself from toxins. So it's taken away from the energy needed to build and repair our body. Mm-hmm. So when you use oils and like if you look at say coconut oil and it gets cold, it gets hard, right? That's what you call. That's how you know if it's saturated or unsaturated. Certain oils our body doesn't break down properly, and oil is something that is used for it even can affect your hormones. In fact, in people, fat can actually convert testosterone in men into estrogen. That's why afterwards you don't just get.
Come back to us, Carlston. Come back to us.
For that.
We'll ask you a minute.
Yes,
we'll ask you a minute.
I'm back here. In our state, we eat a lot of fried food and food with not processed oil. That oil is your system, and that oil can actually convert testosterone within men into estrogen. Mm-hmm. In other words, you don't only end up going way around your stomach, but you also end up growing man boobs, right? That's actually breast tissue. Okay. And all we simply have to do is reverse what we put into our body, understand what is good and what isn't, understand what we were designed to digest and what works and what does not. We weren't designed, our system was designed to digest and break down and function off of. Don't get me wrong, I am not saying not to have what you don't want to eat. That's all up to every individual person. But we weren't designed to eat burgers and fried chicken, right? All the things that we start to have, our system wasn't designed for that. Now, our body can deal with it up to a particular point. Guess when you hit 35, 40, what happens to a human being? Our metabolism starts to slow down. We call it aging. When we hit 40, we talk about, you start to age, right? Yeah. What happens? Your metabolism starts to slow down. But we do not slow down our intake of food, do we? Our plate doesn't get smaller because we hit 40.
Yeah.
Right. So our body now is taking in even a lot of nutrients that it doesn't necessarily need for our metabolic rate slow down, right? Mm-hmm. So eventually your body either use it or store it. So then we end up storing it. So people will say, "Oh, after you get 40, I start putting on a lot of weight." After you get 40, you refuse to change your eating habit. Okay. That is the result.
And some people don't do that. They continue on the same level of food that they consume,
And then we get more convenient, more reliable on driving every place and getting everything delivered to us, right?
Yeah.
Now, once you start to see that happen to your body, and you start to think about everything around you, you'll find that just information the same otherwise. You find yourself a bit short-tempered. You find everything affected even more. You even look at yourself and start to feel bad and feel depressed about how you look.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well. Mm-hmm.
You get more argumentative. You ever had or come across someone in a relationship that, when we were young, we were so happy, we had such a good time, all of a sudden we get old and grumpy.
Get rebellious.
What?
They become rebellious.
Why is that? What has happened with that person in the past compared to present that has two different response in behavior? And imagine when you find out someone that start to pay attention to health and exercise and eat better, and then you get to one that person, it'll be like, it's a whole different set of energy. You be, what have you done? And that person is full of energy, and then that person is always cheery and happy. Mm-hmm. And so you see that your mood can swing depending on exercise and diet, correct?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with you 100% in
so
that.
That is proof that your gut and your body is linked to your brain. What you eat and how you perceive and how you treat yourself is responsive to your behavior and your thoughts.
You're absolutely right with that, Carlston. You're absolutely right, because I've seen it, happen to people, and they're wondering why is it, they don't have enough energy, or they're not like they used to be. And then you see some people who you figure that they couldn't have so much energy because they're older than you, but they're bouncing like a ball, and you realize they're eating different, than you, and it's true.
All I can say as an experiment for anyone listening, right? Over a period of 2 to 3 weeks, try this. Morning for breakfast, have some fresh oats, no milk, have oat milk,
have oat milk instead.
Right. With a bit with banana, some if you can get I use one here you call something named granola. You can get like dry fruit in it. You get pineapple, peach, coconut, cherries, blackberries, anything with fruit. Because fruits provide antioxidants in your body as well. In fact, all the fruits with you see the colors, each color has a different phytochemical in it that is very helpful to the immune system and your digestive system and your whole body itself. That's why it's very important, right?
So lots of fruits. Fruits
and berries. So you start that in the morning, right? In the midday snack, have a bit of. It could be an apple. It could be fruit. It could be anything. The whole idea for 3 weeks, try to reduce milk, dairy, cut it out. If I don't reduce it, try to cut it out. Even if you have it once or twice, not gonna kill it, but try to cut it out. Milk, dairy. Try to cut out processed food, ham, burgers, anything done quickly, or you could try to have everything you can prepare either cook or raw. I'm gonna say raw is like sandwiches with just a bit of people don't really like lettuce and stuff, but even a bit of peanut butter, right? A peanut butter sandwich on wheat bread, right? On whole wheat bread or something flavored, not just white bread. So I say cut all the white stuff out as well. So pasta, if you can have pasta, if you can get like brown rice pasta, have that. If you can have rice, have brown rice. Right? If you can have bread, have wholemeal bread. Preferably something that's made from a local bakery as well, not a supermarket that has a lot of corn syrup and a lot of preservatives and stuff in it. It's much better get something that's made from whole grain stuff. Right? So cut fats out and so things like oil, anything that's done in oil, cut that out as well. Just for 3 weeks. It may sound boring, but if you research, there's so much recipes you can use, right? And get creative with food. And notice over a 3-week period how your body feels. And if you decide, you know what, this isn't working for me, then fine. You've given yourself a chance to see what it could be if you actually change your eating habits. Because remember, the results you have now, the results that when you look in the mirror, the results that you're seeing is based on what you're presently doing.
I agree with you.
You cannot get different results doing the same thing. However you want to look at it, it is craziness to expect different results doing the same thing.
Yeah, you're right on that. You're right on that.
So
we have to change our eating habits,
Right. But do it gradually. Like I said, when I was telling you earlier, I was working with this lady for 8 weeks. When we started, she had gastrointestinal tract problems. She had stomach problems, right? After 3 weeks working with me or me helping her, her issues, her stomach stopped hurting. No, I did not even realize. It's only when she was telling me about it. I said, "How long you had this problem?" She said she'd been going to the doctor for years. She'd be on pain stuff for years. And she said, "All I simply do is get her to increase her fiber in food, reduce her oils and processed food and processed meat and dairy. That's all I did." And over 3 weeks, her stomach stopped hurting. She started to get ease. It started to digest. It started to feel so much better. Now, for me as well, that was an eye opener as well, because I know that what I was doing is basically following something that I was learning, but to actually see the results in another person, for me, that was fulfilling.
You know what a friend said to me a couple months ago, and it was about the same food. He said he started to remember and eating the way how his grandmother used to feed him when he was younger, and he realized that he's gaining more energy because he's drinking his banana porridge, him cornmeal porridge, and all of these. You know what he use? He use a little bit of molasses in it. That's it. No sugar, nothing. It's a little molasses, and he use a lot of honey now and drinking like honey tea, fruits tea in the morning, and all of those things. You know.
Onion is a superfood. Depends on how onion works in our system, right? Especially if you have those like red onions, raw red onions, you cut it up and you put it on top of salad and you have it in a sandwich. It's amazing. We don't focus. We never really focus on that because we got influenced by what we coming up seeing, especially kids now from trying to see the McDonald's arches. They can tell you where every McDonald's is. It's located in their area. But I'll show you another thing as well. By eating a lot of plant-based food, it's also even more filling, right? It's also more filling. So imagine if you want to manage your weight and you're eating stuff that makes you feel filling because it has a lower glycemic index. In other words, your body can break down and use the carbohydrate to release energy slowly, so you don't need to feel as though you need to eat in a hurry. So imagine you're eating food that make you feel even longer. What we call satiety. You start to feel more full. You feel full for longer periods. So guess what? You're actually not only creating short chain fatty acids in your body to help rebuild your gut, help rebuild your body. You're also limiting the amount of calories you're taking. Guess what? And you got more energy as well. You're actually going to burn more than you store. Eventually, you learn to manage and maintain a better, healthy weight balance. So for people that really want to lose weight, as much as you exercise, if you're not eating correctly, your body is not going to optimize that nutrition and it's not going to function properly anyhow. It's going to be tougher to lose the weight. But if you learn to stop putting the things in your body that is going to cause you harm and put the things in your body to assist your body to get better, right? You'll find managing your weight is so much easier.
Okay.
There's something I'll share with you in a few weeks from now. The beginning of this month, I took a photo of myself. Now, this is how I look after Christmas. Because you know what? I ate a lot. I'll your audience listening, I'm not telling a lie. I let go for Christmas. I had a ball.
You eat up all the cakes and
cake, and I had ham and stuff. But I also can show you from photos what it looked like on the outside. And I said, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I got to take one this weekend. I'm doing it in 2 weeks, photo every 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks is all about me changing my eating habit. I made my own burgers with black beans, chickpeas, mixed beans, and you know what? I don't even miss the beans. I made patties, and I made wraps with them and stuff. And I shared it with some people, and everybody loved it. It's flavorful. You know, I use a lot of beans, and I use mushrooms. Mushrooms is one of those ingredients, which is a fungus that actually can stop your body from producing cancer cells. When we really get into nutrition, and I come back again and I break down the foods and what each food, the different ingredients you can find in food, and what it actually can do, especially and spices as well. You'll be amazed how you can actually cook without meat and have a balanced, well-tasted, flavorful food that is also nutritious and helpful for your body to repair itself. And in doing that, you also help your mind and your brain to function. But remember, your brain is consistently using energy. We are feeding our body and our brain. Our brain is consistently burning calories, right? So understanding how to utilize and feed your body properly, to allow your body to feed your mind properly, is very important.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I would love your comeback. We would love your love for you to come back, come forward, and do that nutritious side of it.
Yeah.
So
no problem. I was welcome. How much time we got? We got 6 more minutes.
You have I think you have another. Yeah, you have 6 more minutes to go.
Yeah, 6 more minutes. Quickly, earlier last time we spoke, we were talking about music. We were talking about frequency, and I was talking about theta brain waves. Now, when we listen to music, especially one particular thing, when we're a kid, when we're a child, from the time you're born, roughly from 2 to the age of 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
Children are very creative because they're always operating in a dreamlike state, right?
Yeah.
And the reason for that is our brain and children's brains, our brain when we were children, operate under a frequency of theta. Theta is the state where your brain is more suggestible. And the reason for that is that's how we learn. Remember, if you try to learn a language now, or you find it difficult because after the age of 25, our brain lose that level of plasticity.
Okay. No wonder why we can't learn Spanish no more then.
You can still learn it, but it's more effort. You can learn it, but it would take more of an effort.
Okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Because our brain is not as fast, that plasticity as it had at that time. Now, children between the age of 6, right?
Yeah.
Well, because of how we develop to learn, we absorb so much within that period of time. Mm-hmm. They operate under a frequency of theta. Now, theta is between say 2 to 6 hertz. If you listen to music between 2 and 6 hertz, or no, 2 and 8, I think it is, you'll find that if you go on YouTube and you put in theta, T-A-E-T-A, waves or music, it will give you, we call it hypnotic music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, hypnosis works on getting the person to relax so much or so deep that your brain goes into theta waves. It slows down. Then that's where your thought. Hypnosis is all about suggesting or making suggestions. And at that stage, we are so much open to more suggestions.
Okay.
So hypnosis is all about getting to relax and slow your thoughts and slow your brain and slow your breathing and slow everything about you even down. In fact, as I'm speaking to you now, you can hear the change in my voice.
Slow down. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you keep listening and listening more, you'll find that you start to feel even more and more relaxed than you did before. And it's just down to my tone of voice and how I'm delivering and speaking to you. Can you feel a difference?
Yeah, it's a total difference.
Good. Now, that is all it is. If we learn to slow ourselves down, we can actually process and think. You can actually sit down and say, okay, how do I process and how can I solve a problem? And this is why understanding frequency, understanding how our brain works is so important and how we can actually problem solve. So when you're stressful, you're in a state of stress.
Yeah.
Your body is more in a state of awareness, right? You're agitated more. You're not thinking about how to resolve something. You're thinking there's a threat. And then your nervous system comes into play. And you can't function in both states together. So that's why important is how to relax your thought and your brain. But to do this, you got to be able to manage your thought and feed your brain properly and be in more control. So understanding there's a connection between your body and your mind when it comes to health, when it comes to energy. So you manage the energy in your body, you help to manage the energy in your mind. To manage the energy in your body, learn how to feed your body properly. So I just want to bring it back to the connection why nutrition is important to feed your body, which around and improves your gut health, which is connected to your mental health. Have I managed to bring everything together?
Oh yes. So can we expect you to come forward like sometime in the coming month, February, March? Whenever you said
if not by the end of February, because I want to be able to come back and say, okay, I have this online and this program is running. I was hoping to have it ready, but I've not finished 2 courses yet. I just managed to do another module. So once I finish those and have within another week or 2, to have something online. Because like I said, my focus is to get training programs online to help people. One of the programs I want to do is one, the same we were talking about is going to be about habit training, how to develop good habits, right?
Okay.
And this course, I want to be able to offer this course free to everyone, right? And once you do that, I will have other courses that you can go into, or memberships that you can go into, so that will have different training. But I want to be able to offer something to people to let them know, try this. If this works, then we can move on and do more stuff together. But I want to make sure that you get value. Whatever I do, I got to make sure that everyone get value work, because it's not, to me, it's all about educating and getting everyone to realize we can be a better version or a healthier version of ourselves, a better version of ourselves, because in the long run, we contribute to the entirety. If you look at the earth as a cell, all of us are part of that cell. And if we work together, that cell becomes healthier.
True.
Right?
True.
My thing is, it's all about contribution. So the more I can do to help and contribute, as I say, I also benefit from it. My children benefit from it. My children benefit from it.
That's true. Carlston, when you're ready, you can contact Flavius or myself, and
you know I will.
We'll put
let
you
me
on.
ask you a question.
Go
let
ahead.
Me ask you a question. Did you enjoy the conversation this evening with me? Did I bring value to you?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's why we have your. This is what. This is like what. This is your third time here. That's why we bring you back, bring you forward, because especially in this time, people need to know what is happening to them brain, their mental health, them stomach, and you bring the total package this morning. It's like every time we bring you on, you get better and better.
I told you I'm studying to improve myself so I can actually give you, it's all about value. I tell you that. That's what I always ask at the end of it, have I done my job properly? That's
my thought process been ticking since we've been talking, right? And I'm saying to myself, it's like we have to add you into our segment, from time to time, just give you like a 5 minute, a 15 minute, something for coming, there's some not really medical tips, but tips from Carlston. You understand me? Living tips from Carlston. That's what we're going to call it. So we can bring you in. It don't have to be a full hour. Just a couple minutes at your time. Just tips so people can think about it and go and do it. You understand me? Because you put me into a position now that I basically going to think totally and I consume my food now. You understand me? Because age have a lot to do with what you eat as well. How I used to eat. What you call it, 40 years ago. I can't do that no more.
Yeah, but we still try.
Exactly. I can't do that no more. It's like,
But let me say this, Franco. Carlston, when COVID started, I called my doctor. My doctor, I've been my doctor for many, many years. And I said, what should I do? And she simply said, stay with the ground.
Yes.
Stay with the ground. Yeah. Plant-based.
Listen, this is it, right? People will say stay with ground provisions, but what I like to explain to people is why, how it works. Because telling a person what to do, but not explaining why or how it works, leads to even more pressure at times. And that's why people don't stick with things, because we don't understand why. Right? Understand that your system and your immune system is linked 70% of, as I said, 70% of your immune system is linked to your stomach. So it goes to say if you feed your stomach properly, you're also strengthening your immune system, correct?
Yes. Yes,
keep that in mind. Now, what feeds your stomach? Hormones. Your body produces hormones all the time. Your gut produces hormones, just like ovaries produce hormones. Even our glands. Even iodine. That's another thing with thyroid. Yeah, thyroid. And that we ain't got enough time, but thyroid, you got hypo and hyper. They're two different things. And it all down to hormones. And even eating plant-based food also help your body to balance your hormones, because what it is how it extracts the extra hormones you don't need. And if it takes out what you already produce that you don't need, and you start from putting in what you really don't need, guess what? Eventually your body come back in balance.
Right.
That's all it is. We change our food, we give our body a chance to heal itself. But you can't build a house unless you have the right material, correct?
True.
Well, that's the same with our body. That is the same with our body. It cannot build itself back up if you don't give it the right material. The question is, what are the right materials? That is what we have to learn.
Yes, very important.
Love it.
Yes.
Love that, Carlson. Love that. So, thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
As a pleasure talking to you all. Love it. I'll schedule all again. And let in advance, thank you to your audience for listening and asking questions as well. If there's anything that I can research or come back to you with, send messages to Flavius. They will let me know, and we'll talk again.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, all right. Have a good evening. One love.
Weekend, fellas.
One love. Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
That was Carlson right there. Which brings us to the end of another Real Stuff podcast. I mean, thank God it's Friday for some people. But for me, every day, thank God I've lived to see another day.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get out of here, I want to let you know that this Sunday the 24th, as we just said back in Jamaica, all road lead to this salon, but all road lead to this link. I sent it to you this morning, and it's the streaming of David Commission launch of his new book titled The Pan-African Love Story of Arnold and Mignon Ford. The launch will take place at 5 p.m. on Sunday the 24th, 2021, and will feature Dr. Myrna Belgrave. Sorry, my apology. Dr. Myrna Belgrave book review. Najuma Commission on violin rendition of the Universal Ethiopian Anthem. David Guru McLean display and speaking about his painting of Arnold Ford. Chattel House Books. David Commission feature address. You are all invited to tune in to the live stream, and the link is, for those in my contact, Flavius contact, the flyer is there. Just touch on it. If you go to it now, it will tell you 2 days before the live streaming begins. So that means that means you're on the right link. Make sure you check it out. It's important. You don't want to miss it. If you miss it, then you're gonna blame yourself. But it will be there, but don't miss it, because you want to see the live streaming of everything. So make sure you check it out. Sunday 24th at 5 p.m. What do you have to say, Flavius?
Yeah, that is a not to be missed event, We have our Caribbean writers bringing out, and connecting with Africa. Is critical for us, especially in times like now, in our present day situation, as we grapple with, things like the colonial powers and all that, and we tend to move away, and how do we support ourselves, and where are we coming from? It's very important that we at least listen and read what we are writing about us. That is the critical point. We are writing about us. We're not waiting to be written about and then we read it and the colonial powers are telling us who we are, where we are from and all these things. I love when we are in the driver's seat, we are telling our own story. And this is really great and is to be commended.
All right. So I want to thank all those who participated this morning in the chat room. Courtney, Talit, it's Empress, and all who didn't participate. We thank you for taking time out of your schedule as well and for being here with us. Make sure you share this link, like it as well, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't matter if you don't have a Gmail account, do it, because 1, 2, 3 account is good to have. Trust me, because things and time have changed and it's changing fast, and you have to be in the changes. So with that, we're going to have Queen Lubafo and Tafina to take us out this morning. So have a pleasant weekend. Wherever you are, whatever you do, make sure you do it in love.
Lead us to full love. You belong far away away. Ajuguala lebobu seru. Lida mua, lida sungfula. Lida mua, lida sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer sorrow. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know set me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize thy wings. Shorty, I cleave your eyes. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
When all I wanna do is just taste you. I know you think I play me, I play. But soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I forget out of sight. May I feel take away
Well,
myself.
unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
I have to utilize